Hello everyone, this is James from 3D Printing Reviews again with another NFire 1 upgrade video. And finally the wiring is complete. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I just wanted to show you the little T-junction that I showed you in the previous video, how that has changed. I've had to do a little bit of fiddling around with that to make it work better. So let's just dive straight into it. So if we have a look at the cable tube clip worksheet that I've got, so you can see here that I was playing around with a couple of different designs. These two clips here that I've done previously and I am using, and then we've got two slightly different ones with different size outputs. So this part here is the part that will actually go into the power supply. And then the top and bottom here is where our flexible conduit goes. Now, because I'm using I think it's 14 AWG size wire, they're quite thick. They're silicone wires, so they're really bendy, but they're quite thick wires. So I've decided to go with the larger one. I think I made it so basically that all three holes are the same size, just for simplicity really. So that's the tube that we're going to actually be using, and I can get that and my webcam images in the way, but basically we could group that together and that would be perfectly fine to move around. I did redesign, or not redesign, but mash together this clip and the original clip that this person designed for this style, but I didn't end up actually using this one, so that's on there, but it won't be used in the final design. But if I ever wanted to, it's there ready. So so that's the little clip that we made. So now I'm going to cut to the other camera. We can have a look at the actual completed wiring, and I'll also include some pictures in the video to show you the soldering of the hotbed, or the heated bed, sorry, and then also the wiring within the power supply cover, because obviously now it's all wired up, that's now hidden. So so we'll just have a look at that and we'll be back in a second. Okay, so let's actually have a look at the completed wiring now. So as I said previously, I had to redesign the small sort of T-junction that I designed. I don't think I've got one. I've got a couple of different iterations here. So I think this was the original one, and you can see that this spur here, the bit that would actually go into the power supply, is quite small. So I then basically kept on working with it and making it bigger, having to make sure that I was going to get the wires to come out and bend and then go straight. So I ended up making one that was the right size. I think actually in the end I made all the holes the same size, just because it was easier, and that's worked out better for size wise. So if I just disconnect the camera from the tripod, we can have a look at the actual wiring. Okay, so if we have a look, if we start here at the SSR, here we go. So just focus that again. There we go. So you can see here that we've got our SSR. It's actually upside down, so you might not better read it. But basically what we've got there is a DC to DC 40 amp SSR. If we can actually get it to focus on the text. There we go. So these bottom two pins, pin 1 and 2, are our heated bed output and power supply input. So heated bed output, power supply in. This is the ground, and then if we just have a look down here, we've got the two wires that come from
the ramps board. There we go. So we've got plus and minus from the ramps board. Now those lines basically just send a signal voltage to turn the SSR on and off. So that's why they're much thinner wires, and you know, they don't need to be anything more than that. I'll include a couple of pictures that I've already taken of the solder connections on the bottom of the bed. They're not particularly pretty, but they will do the job, so that's not too bad.
So here you can see where I've made the solder connections on the heated bed, and it's actually harder than you think. Basically, because the heated bed is basically a giant heat sink, you lose all of the heat from your soldering iron into the bed. So that isn't a particularly pretty solder joint, but it's rock solid, so it's absolutely fine. The only other thing to include onto the heated bed in this area would be the thermistor, so that's just got to be taped with some caps on tape, and that'll be ready to go.
So there's one of the clips that we made. So it just holds this small bit of tube, just stops it being on a sharp edge. So that one's there. And if we just turn the camera, there's another one of the clips I designed. So this one just clips onto the 2020 extrusion, and I've actually got one here that I can show you. So that's basically what that is. It just clips onto there like that, and then the tube goes into it. And then if we gradually just go up, I'll just come out of the thing a bit, and there's our T-junction going into the power supply. Is that going to focus on there? There we go. So we've got basically an in and an out. That then comes up, so you can see that we've not had to touch the top of the power supply at all. That still looks nice and clean. Come back up here, and then we have, I don't know if it's going to focus, but we've got another one of the clips that we've got down the bottom, and then obviously all of our wires at the top. So this one is the main 12 volts in, ground. This little spare wire goes into the 11 amp power input socket, and then you've got these two here which are our signal voltage for the SSR. So yeah, that is basically the wiring complete on the NFire 1 upgrade. So yeah, we're just basically now a matter of waiting for other components to turn up so that we can model brackets, etc.
So before we end this video, I just wanted to briefly show you the wiring inside the power supply. So you can see there that we had all the terminals filled up. These are the wires all inside the cover, and that's where we've got the outlet. So that looks and works pretty well. I'm really happy with it. So basically that's the wiring done. There's a slight delay with the Prometheus system, so that's not going to ship actually from Canada until mid-December, so I don't expect to have it here until the new year. But what I can do in the meantime is sort of roughly put where the components are going to go onto the printer. So if you remember, we've got two extruders to fit on, which will have two PTFE tubes coming out, which will go into the Pro feeder. But obviously I'm going to have a way of mounting two spools. So that's something we can sort of mock up and have a look and see where it's going to fit. So that's one thing we can do. We can play around a little bit with a couple of the other components of the printer as well, see if we can perhaps make the actual printer a bit more sturdy, because it does wobble quite a bit. But that's really all we can do for the moment until those other things turn up. So the next couple of episodes, or next couple of videos, will be 3D printed project. I'm going to do a review of the Print Pro build surface glue adhesion spray, whatever you want to call it. I actually, sneak preview, I've actually been really happy with this and amazed how well it works. So that's
I'm going to have a more in-depth video on that, and we're going to print some different materials as well. So that's probably about it for this video. So the wiring is complete, and we've just got to wait for other things to turn up now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Oh, just wanted to quickly say actually, the 3D printed competition giveaway that I'm going to do, I said obviously it was going to be triggered when we get to 100 subscribers. We're struggling to get to 100 subscribers at the moment. We're on 82 I believe. So what I'm going to do instead is we're going to wait until Christmas gets out of the way, just for postage issues, and then we'll run the giveaway in the new year, regardless of how many subscribers we've got. So yeah, so the competition is, the giveaway is coming. If you'd like to subscribe in the meantime, please do. Share the channel, comment below, got any questions, anything like that, would be great. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep printing.